Esto es Facturando Tu Historia. Y para conducir este programa acá con ustedes, Angélica Benavides, Dr. B. Vamos.
No me puedes poner bachata. No puedo parar de bailar.
Hoy bailas muy bien.
Hola, hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Hello everybody, I am Dr. B and I'm here on Radio Metroplex on Facturando Tu Historia, which is profit from your story. It is the capital of sports, events, and entertainment, and I would have to say that rock and roll too, okay? So thank you for joining me today. It's exciting. We're here every day at 5 p.m. Central. And this whole show, it's basically all about inspiring people with stories. And in fact, it's hands-on stories that have some type of pain, some type of struggle behind it. But how did it get us to where we're at today? So that we can inspire, motivate, and tell people, hey, there's tools out there that you can capture so that you can keep going. You see, right now, mental health awareness is a big thing. And I think that that's something we have to be talking about constantly because unfortunately, there's murders, there's killings, there's suicides, and a lot of depression. So we want to be able to help people get to a better state of mind. So I have a beautiful person in the house right now here in our studio. Amparo, thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
I'm so delighted. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story. So if you want to tell us like who you are, and, you know, where were you born, and then maybe some story that you had some struggles with, and how did that situation get you to what you're doing today?
Okay, my name is Amparo Sanz, and I'm from Mexico, from Guanajuato. And I'm so proud to be here and share a little bit where I am right now. You know, I'm a Latina and came to this country with a lot of dreams, but we don't have the same knowledge. One, we have to struggle with the English. We have to learn English. Mm-hmm. Then when you have a dream and you want to bring better future for my kids, I think that's my passion, my kids, bring the better future. Now my daughter's going to finish the school tomorrow. 2 more weeks, she's going to be graduating from the UT Austin, and it's something that was my dream for her. And now I can feel like, okay, all the work that I put for so many years, that's what happened. I started my business in 2007 on construction business, and we are doing a mitigation this past few years. We have a lot of storms here. But the thing is, we started this business, and it's hard because we don't have the same knowledge. We don't have a book where we can learn, and nobody can teach us. We have to struggle, find the right way, how we can make a good network and get the right people, get the right connections. And that's where I'm right now, you know? Mm-hmm. You don't have the knowledge. We lose money, time. And now I find the right way, the mindset. And that's what I love to be part of here, because you push too much the mindset. We can do it. The thing is, you know, we have so many things that we say, oh, we can do it. We don't have English. We don't know how we can start. You know, you can start. Just you have to put everything on your mindset. You know, it's not easy, but this is possible.
I love it. I love what you just said, because it's so true. Like, it is not easy to overcome obstacles and to get to where you want to. Mm-hmm. But first, I think it's dedication, persistence, passion, consistency, and focus. Mm-hmm. And then a lot of times I think it's good that you find a mentor or somebody that knows, maybe they know someone that knows somebody that knows somebody that will help you get to what you need, you know?
And that's what happened right now, you know? When you start the business, you have to connect with the right people. Right now, we're working with so many people. We help them because after this storm, they have a lot of damage in our culture. They don't know how to deal with the insurance. And that's where I found my passion. come to the new homeowners and explain what is the process with the insurance, what happened if you have damage on your ceiling, you have a stain. We don't know. We just let them happen and get worse and worse because nobody teach us a process that we have to do, a business, that how we can run our insurance homes. That's what we do.
Right. And we are here, our producer over here in the back that sometimes you see Angel and me and people that are here in the studio, even you, we're edutainers because we're in the education business. We're educating people and providing them information, but at the same time, we're entertaining them in the sense of finding ways, easier ways to get to where they want to. And us, it's entertainment, because people are listening. We're bringing laughter, we're bringing joy, we're bringing a smile into people's faces. And so are you, because a lot of Latinos, especially if they don't know the language, or it doesn't have to be Latinos, any bilingual person who doesn't know the language in English, they get lost and they don't know how to do things. And then, but you found it. So how did you get to your building your business? I mean, who helped you?
My brother, they helped me. My brother, my friends, I get connected with them. They help me because at the beginning, I don't have a car. I don't have a truck. I just have a car. I don't have a Hummer, and I have a big dream to have a business, to hire more people, to bring more I want to get more knowledge. I want to be one of these people that can bring success for more families. And I think so right now I feel so blessed because some of the big companies now, some of the biggest supplies here nationwide, they invited me to be a speaker now. I'm a speaker with a lot of Latinos and just try to motivate. They can do it. We just have to have a focus and have to be with the right people. You don't know, ask questions. And something that's so simple, you have to be willing to learn. Because some people, they think, I don't want somebody to think I'm not anything. Whoa, that's better. When I met new people, I always feel like I don't know anything. I want to learn from you. And this is how you grow. You have to be willing to learn from other people. Always you want to learn.
Yeah. And in one of my books, I wrote that in order for you to glow, you have to grow.
Yeah.
So you grow to glow. So a lot of times if we pretend we know everything, it gets us in trouble and we get stuck. So I just want to say hi to all the people on YouTube, Instagram, Google Play, and then you can download the app from Apple. And you can listen to us every Friday at 5 p.m. Of course, Radio Metroplex is on most of the time, so you could listen to other shows. But I just want to say hi to all the listeners that are listening. We had a high listening audience, and I just want to thank you all and tell you that I love you. So keep listening and tell people, because this show has, I bring people like you to motivate and inspire other people. Like, you're Latina, didn't know the language, didn't have a vehicle, you had a hammer, or maybe not even a hammer at the beginning, but you had a dream.
Yeah.
And it's not only having a dream, it's being able to say, I have a dream and I'm going to turn it into reality.
You have a dream and you have to work hard to make this dream happen. When it's there, you have to just focus and let it grow. But you have to be with the right people. Learn is the key.
Yeah. So that's key, guys. So you have to mark that and put it on your notes. Learning, like being able to learn, to accept when you don't know something, ask for help, look for help. One of the ways that I have grown my business and grown even my reputation and my visibility is through connections and asking people. Today I spoke with one lady who knew another lady who knew these other two people that connected me with other, and then it was like, oh my God. So now I have all these new people that I'm going to be interviewing. They're very interesting people, and I'm so excited. So you guys have to stay tuned, because I'll be in San Antonio interviewing people from the Hacienda studio. It's a record studio. So you have to stay tuned for that. And then next week, I'm going to be, I haven't told producer, but I'll be in Nashville, and I'll be interviewing a lot of jiu-jitsu people over there. So that's going to be exciting. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. So stay tuned.
So,
We
Yeah.
have Tamara.
let me check. Yeah, Tamara is ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now we have an amazing person coming on, and her name is Tamara. Oh my
Tamara is
God.
hello.
Hello.
Hey, Tamara. I love Tamara. Let me tell you a little bit about Tamara. I met her sometime back, and she interviewed me on her show. And Tamara, I love you, and we've become very close. In fact, she's not only a friend, but she pushes me to get things done. And I love you for that, Tamara.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
I
I love you too. And we have so much passion for what we're doing. And isn't that amazing when you can find those people that are basically cut from the same cloth, even though we may not have thought about that in the very beginning, but because life, and I just love what you were sharing about your journey to have this business and be a speaker and have a hammer or not have a hammer, and the struggles that we've had and in life. And so you inspire me all the time, Dr. B. Thank you so much.
And you know what? These stories, because this show is all about hands-on telling stories about our pain, our struggles, our dark moments, so that other people know. You see, because a lot of people, Tamara, they see our success. They see us being successful people, but they don't see where we were. They don't see the darkness, the struggles. And I want this show to be about telling our stories so that people out there that hear us and they're like, oh my God, if she went through that and overcame it and now she's doing this, then I can succeed too. And I just want to share, Tamara, that you were in the 100 Most Successful Women book with Maria Davila and El Adoro. And we went to London to launch this book, and it's really exciting. You're here. So those of you that are watching, you need to go get this book. We also just finished publishing Dare to Be Me Through Cancer, getting clear on how to fly. Tamara is a cancer survivor, just as I am. She also has chemo buddies. So I'm going to give you the spotlight so you can share your story on where you were in your dark moments and what you do and inspire other people.
Well, thank you. And what I want to say is every day we have an opportunity to live through a moment. And so anybody that's watching us right now, understand that every single moment that we wake up, every day we wake up, every moment that clock strikes another hour, it's an opportunity for us to start over again. And that's the thing that I think that many of us that were in this book, the book that was just highlighted, Dare to Be Me Through Cancer. And then it says getting crystal clear on how to fly. And the message on this is that we can fly no matter what. And they say that if you can't fly, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. If you can't crawl, then just show up. Because those of us that have heard those three words, not only for ourselves, but even others in our families, sometimes it feels so big that you might not want to continue and keep showing up. And Dr. B and I are both evidence that you can have that diagnosis and it can become possibly the dark night of the soul situation. However, we're so lucky to be living today in this period of time where so many of us are survivor warriors and are out here now to say you can be too. And what I did was I translated my survival into a movement because I met someone when I was going through my treatment. And that's what Dr. B was just talking about, was Chemo Buddies for Life. And it's a nonprofit. We're global. And what we do is we share humor, hope, heart hugs, and a whole lot of love. And
I love it. I love it. And Tamara, in the book, I just want to acknowledge that we did have some people that didn't make it, and we want to acknowledge them. We had a tribe, right, in this book, Tamara. We had Raquel Ramirez, who was a dear friend of mine. And I don't want to get sad or anything, but I do want to honor her. Her chapter was about ella solo amor, which is she was only love. So we did have people that didn't make it, but my whole thing, and I'm sure it's your same concept, is like making every moment count, every day count. Like, how do we do that? And I know you do that through chemo buddies because they support each other. But how do we do that? How do we live every moment, even if it's dark? I mean,
gratitude is the first thing that comes to my mind. And I will say that, like, when I go out and speak, I also go out and speak. And when I do, I start off and let people know that I'm one of 5 people in 4 generations that have heard those words all through one line. And 2 of the 5 did gain their wings. So I have experienced that myself. My grandfather, who was my hero, and my mother, they both gained their wings. And how do we do this? How do we keep showing up? We show up because, you know what, think about it this way. I actually do believe that facing something like cancer or any other life-changing event gives us an opportunity to see life in such a precious way. And so when we do show up every single day and we share that gratitude with the environment, Earth Day is coming up. It's month, April is the Earth Day month. And if we share the wisdom of the trees, go hug a tree, go put your feet in, ground in the dirt, and realize that the earth has so much to share with us, and that many of us in the United States have been dealing with major huge storms and things like this. And yet the sun comes out tomorrow. And it's the same thing in life. And so what I did when I was going through my doctor said I won the side effect prize. I mean, what award, the most side effects he'd ever seen in one person. He said, I documented it. And yet I would show up every single day without my voice because I didn't have one during that time and everything. Yet I would at least recognize 5 things that I was grateful for. And many times it was many more than that. Mm-hmm. And when I did, do you know how humbled I was? Because I realized I was able to say I was grateful to have a roof over my head, that I had clean water to drink, those type of things. And I'm thinking, how many people in the world don't have those items? Mm-hmm. I can't feel sorry for myself because I am alive at this very moment in time. I have these items and I have an opportunity to mindset. A lot of it is mindset too. Mm-hmm. I had an opportunity to show up. And so I believe in laughter and joy and taking our lives and making, like you said, each moment count. And when we do that, it's remarkable how each moment seems to be, even, like before, those moments seem to fly by. Now they seem to hover around a little bit more, and I recognize them and I enjoy them more, and I share with many more. That life is truly a gift. They call it the present. Mm-hmm. For a reason. It is a gift. And when we have an opportunity, everybody that has faced this and lived, many will say, not everybody, but many will say, it was an opportunity for me to realize how important my life is and to make each moment count. And there's one outcome, all of us. It's the dash, they say. We're born. There's a time to be born and there's a time to die. And it's during that dash, it's the season of our lives that matters. And so what I always think of every single day is, how can I serve another? What am I grateful for? What is it that I'm supposed to learn today? Have I hugged a tree? Those type of things. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you, my life is so much richer now than it ever was before.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. The other thing that happened to me today, I was a little sad this morning because something happened yesterday and I was carrying it with me, and I woke up and I was very, very sad. And then I was talking to a friend, but her situation was even worse. And when I was able to see that her situation was more difficult and more challenging than mine, I was like, okay, snap out of it. I'm doing fine, right?
Yeah.
Because other people are suffering even more than some of us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying, you're listening right now, I'm not saying that your situation is not important. We're not saying that, but what we're saying is find something to be grateful for, and then remember that somebody else might have it a little more difficult than you. So try to distract the brain, because it's all about mind and body, right? Being able to change your mindset. Go ahead.
Yeah, yes. And the nonprofit that I have, we have this giveaway. It's called the Celebration Journal. And in it, I wrote it with someone else. And in it, we talk about chocolate days. Now, chocolate days, anybody that's been around cancer would say, hey, you're not supposed to be eating chocolate. You're not supposed to be doing sugar. It's figurative, guys. It's a metaphor. Mm-hmm. But my kids, when they were growing up, and my buddy and I, because we patterned the nonprofit after my experience, and I had a buddy. Well, we decided that we were going to go on this journey together. And instead of pity parties, we called it a chocolate day. And we can only have a chocolate day every once in a while. And that's kind of feel sorry for ourselves, stay in our jammies, pull the covers, in the light, have it dark, whatever. Right? Maybe crunch some movies or something. Mm-hmm. And we could do it every once in a while. But then the next time it was get up, make your bed, get going, do, and live. And what it was that sometimes we do need to cry. Sometimes we do need to let down. Sometimes we do need to lick our wounds. And that is also okay. And we need to give ourselves permission for that. And then don't face something alone. And that's what I love what you're doing right now with this forum, is you're sharing that we all have our stories, and many of us experience some type of pain. So when you reach out and go through it with someone else, and have each of you kind of like check in with each other. And it's remarkable. Yes. Like what you were just sharing, Dr. B, when you're there for someone else and they're going through it too, it's interesting, because I bet you anything, your friend would probably say the same thing right now.
Yeah.
And what a gift that is, again, because it gives us perspective that nothing's guaranteed in this life to be absolutely perfect and easy. What is guaranteed for each of us is that if we open our eyes to see that there's people that care, and we reach out to them, that we can have the greatest blessings in this lifetime. And that is community and being with someone else. And that in itself is so powerful and healing. They call it healing through connections. We do #healing through connections. And when we do that, miracles happen. I've seen it. And so, the moral of the story is, yeah, pain happens and things happen. And it's okay to have those chocolate days. However, the sun comes out, and go find someone, find community. Don't do it alone, and realize how a little bit of laughter goes a long way. Mm-hmm. And gratitude is the place to start. I always believe gratitude makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
And thank you for sharing your story. That touched my heart, because this is good to share, because a lot of us, we don't have that cancer, but we have a family. I have my brother, they are dealing with the cancer for 3 years, and for the family it's so hard, because we don't know what we're gonna do, how we can treat him, what I can do right or no, because everything is on the mindset. If we put everybody on the same page, but we don't know what we're gonna do, because this is hard for the patient, but it's hard for the family, and sometimes it's so hard and made them hard for them. Right. That's what I love, and I want to share your stories with everyone, because this is help not only another person they deal with this situation, they help the whole family. They need to be stay together, focused. They think, okay, we're gonna live every day grateful. That's what she say. And I love your story. I love the story, and that touched my heart really hard, because we have 3 years with this problem, and we are working together like a family. We are together supporting, like, okay, this is gonna be okay. We're gonna support you. What we can help you, and we stay together like a family. Everything is gonna be more easy for everyone. Thank you for sharing that. That helps me a lot, and it's hard, for everyone.
It is. It's hard because when you read this, we have Jeff. He's going to be here on the show right now, and I think he's probably there. Okay, Jeff, check and see. Well, Jeff is a son who lost both of his parents to cancer. And when people read the book, it's not just because you have cancer or because somebody has cancer. It's the dark moments that we're in that we're able to overcome and then be able to do something out of that dark moment. And then my sons are also in the book. One was 10 and the other one was probably 16, and they're telling their side of the story on how they struggled, but their struggles made them stronger. So those of you that are out there, go get the book. It's out on Amazon, buy it. And not only that, connect with all the amazing authors. One of them is Tamara Hunter's. You need to connect with her. If they do have some type of cancer, connect with her. She has chemo buddies and other great ideas that she shares on her show. So tell us, where can people find you, Tamara, and how can they connect with you?
The way that they can find me is my name, Tamara, Tamara, and then 360.com. If you go there, it has all of my information. You can link on, and you can email me, or you can follow me somewhere, on social media or any of my shows. And one of the things I did want to mention is that support is so important. And in our nonprofit, we call ourselves buddies. And we have patient buddies and we have support buddies. And the support buddies are just as important. And we support the support buddies just as much as we do the patient buddies, because truthfully, sometimes our support buddies feel guilty if they start taking care of themselves. And sometimes they end up sick when then the patient buddy ends up becoming better. And so we need to be totally aware. And so thank you for sharing your family story. And we're here to support. We have a Facebook group. I do want to say Chemo Buddies for Life Community on Facebook. So it's Chemo Buddies, then the number 4 Life Community. It is a closed group. It's free. That's where we gather together. We make it really simple. It's online, so you can be in the comfort of your jammies. And we encourage everybody to come. And we have so many resources and a support. That's the most important thing. There's a lot of really great nonprofits out there that can do things, but to have the support, the heart, is so important. And that's what we are able to supply.
Yeah. So if on the chat, you could put your information, and then that way people can get in touch with you. Perfect. We have Patty Mays. Mays. Okay. Thank you. She says, hello from SoCal. And then gratitude goes a long way. Thank you. She says, love Tamara Hunter and Chemo Buddies for Life Community. Thank you, Patty, for sharing that. And then Diamantina, hello. She's saying hello to us, to the guest, and to Be Global here. So thank you all for joining us and connecting with us. This is Dr. B here on Radio Metroplex. The whole purpose about Facturando Tu Historia basically means profit from your story. I was just sharing with Amparo when she got here. Shakira sings a song. For those of you that don't know her, you need to go look for her on YouTube. And Shakira's a singer, and she basically has a song that says, women don't cry anymore. We profit from our stories, So that's what the show is called, Facturando Tu Historia.
But you have the name before?
No.
Oh, okay.
I got it from her.
Oh, that's good.
We didn't copy. She just says factura, we don't cry anymore, facturamos. And then I just completely made it Facturando Tu Historia. Did we lose her?
No, we have MG Tolan.
Okay.
MG Tolan is the same.
Okay.
Tamara and MG Tolan.
Okay. And so anyways, we're going to see. Let me see if we're having our other speakers. Do you want to share anything before we go, Tamara?
What I'd like to share is that We never know if there's going to be a challenge in our lives. Yet, when we take that attitude of, when I wake up, it's going to be a great day, it ends up being a great day. Our language is so important. So watch your words, because no matter what it is that you're facing, when we face it with a positive attitude, even when we sometimes like don't really feel it, gather from your toes the very most that you can, even if you have to call a chocolate day, and claim the day to be yours, because I have witnessed miracles upon miracles, and your miracle may be waiting for you too. So never give up. Never, ever, ever give up. Claim the day to be yours.
Thank you, Tamara. And know that I love you, and I hope that one day you're here in the Dallas area. We're right in front of the Dallas Stadium studio. Like, you would love this whole view that we see here. I'm going to take a picture and put it up on our Facebook and social media, because we're on Instagram, YouTube, and it's gorgeous. Wait, they're going to turn the camera. Look at our view over here. You guys
Oh my goodness.
Studio. There's the ATM Stadium.
AT&T Stadium.
And it's
The
gorgeous.
Cowboys.
So one day you have to come here. We're gonna have a red carpet gala, and I'm gonna have all my authors come, and we're gonna have an amazing time. And of course, you're gonna come to the studio. So
Of course. I can't wait. I'll be there.
yeah, hope to see you here. So thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for the invitation. I love it. I love you. See you guys later.
Love you too.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
And while we're waiting for the next guest, his name is Jeff, and he should be showing up. And we also have MJ Tolan that are going to be joining us. So I don't know if you see him. Whenever you see him, just
MG
let me know.
Tolan?
MG. Okay,
I
we'll
think
bring
it's
him on.
Coming.
So we have MJ Tolan. He also has an amazing story.
Okay.
Just like you and I, I'm glad you came here, because that way I can talk to somebody
Yeah.
here. Otherwise, I would be looking at the TV waiting for the next guest. But
That's so impressed, the story, and it's, I don't know how I can say, but I feel so much emotions, because when you're dealing with this problem, you have to be told them yourself everything is okay, because sometimes the family, they don't know anything, they feel worse. And when you see that they're my brother, I'm gonna say personal, like my brother, he's so strong. Sometimes I'm gonna call him and say, how do you feel? I say, I don't feel good, but then by still doing things that make him feel better. And he believes so much in God, and I think that's why he's still fighting so hard with this problem. But we believe, we're waiting for a miracle, and he's with so much passion, and he and other people that I find with the same problem, he motivates. Sometimes we see him, how you can motivate another people, and we know how he feels.
yeah.
And this is a big problem. Sometimes they don't know how the treatment works. When you have more people around you, that's a big support. Thank you for being part of this huge community and help and support.
Yes. Well, you're gonna see MJ. MJ! Woo! Yay, MJ! You know what, MJ? Like, this amazing man was going through chemo, cancer, and the whole thing, and he inspired people. He's also in the book Dare to Be Me Through Cancer, Getting Crystal Clear and How to Fly. A beautiful story. You guys have to go and get this book. You're not only going to support us, but you're going to support children that have cancer, because I have a foundation that I'm creating, Alive and Beautiful, to give and support children that are going through a hard time. And Coach MJ is a beautiful person. He would put costumes of amazing people, like superheroes, to motivate other people and give them smiles. MJ, introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from. And it's all about telling stories, telling people our painful stories so that they can find hope and inspiration on how to get out of it.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. First of all, hello, greetings, everyone. Thank you for inviting me on your wonderful show today. I'm honored to be here. And yeah, things happen in life that you don't ask for. And like many people that you've heard about, some that you know, I got ambushed like so many people. And, this little monster, jumps out at you without an invitation. You could be shopping, you could be going down the road. Hey, I'm busy, I'm doing this. And he says, no, come here. I want to give you this problem. And so, yeah, I had my own story, and we'll unpack that whenever you like. But originally, I'm from the United States. I'm from South Carolina originally. Lived in about 12 countries around the world. Came back here because I was gone for over 30 years. Came back here about 6 months before COVID, and I was going to get things restarted. So that's kind of like where we got into this.
Right. And tell them about the costumes and how you inspired people when you were going through your own darkness, or because I know it was dark moments and yet we're picking each other up, but you would lift people up with your superhero costumes.
Yeah, so about that, I gotta say that when I was first given this information, that there was a guy who did an exam, a doctor who did an exam, and I thought, after an exam they need to send things to the lab and they'll let you know in a couple of weeks. Within 30 seconds, when I woke up, because I was under anesthesia, he said, well, you want the good news or the bad news? I said, well, give me the bad news. He goes, okay, you got cancer. And I said, Jesus, what's the good news? He goes, well, now we know.
Oh my God.
And I could not breathe. And I tried my best, to put on a Rocky Balboa face, but it was really tough. And I was laying there in a gurney in the hospital thinking, Lord have mercy. I just felt the ground, moving, and there was no idea. I had no idea what was going to happen. So I was truly lost emotionally. I made an emergency call to God, of course, as you do. Anytime you get in trouble, it's very famous that people make an emergency call to God, even people who are not faithful and don't pray a lot. So I made my emergency call. And I'm only saying that because it gave this opportunity of having this challenge helped me become more faithful as a person, and it reunited and reconnected me to my faithfulness. I became very prayerful, and in fact, I know for sure that there was an interceding on my part. But the long and short about my costumes is I refused after a few days of knowing about this, and they said, okay, now you got to go through chemo, and then you got the radiation, and one of the doctors said, and I don't know if you're going to be able to get through it because, it's tough. And I don't know if you're the kind of person who's going to be able to manage. And I said, what are you talking about? So he already doubting that I'd be able to cope. And so I guess that's when I got this idea. And I said, well, I'm a warrior.
Oh, I love it.
Don't worry about me. I'm a warrior. I just went through the last 10 months before I even came in here. I was working out 3 to 5 times a week in a martial arts studio, just to work out, just to lose some weight, but I was doing a lot of stuff. So I'm a warrior. And he said, well, yeah, but it's really hard. So there was no encouragement from this doctor. I don't know where they learned their bedside manner, but I just decided, okay, that's it. And I got an idea. I decided that every time I'd go to chemo, I would order a costume from Amazon. So I ordered the Knights of the Templars. Seen these knights, back in the day. So I came into the hospital as a knight. The next time I came in, have you seen the movie Gladiator with Russell Crowe?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't look like anything like Russell Crowe. But I had his costume on. And people were, I'm talking about, folks, I'm leaving my house, driving to the hospipital to have this treatment. I'm at a red light. Lady's looking next to me, and I'm looking like, well, what's wrong with you? It's a normal day. You know, you're like, in other words, I'm going to work. What's your problem? So I show up at the hospital, and I'm walking through the hospital, and all these people are going, who is this crazy guy? You know, what's going on? So, and, you know, I felt the eyes, and I thought, well, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I'll show them. I'm going to show them. So I showed up for chemo, and the nurses were all kind of giggling and laughing and probably making fun of my costume the first 1 or 2 or 3. By the time I wore a samurai costume and then a ninja costume, well, the 4th time, everybody came in. And they wanted to see what I was wearing that day. And so I became a thing, you know. So, yeah, people at the hospital, I became quite famous at the front desk. This is where I noticed the 3rd or 4th time, the patients. I saw all these patients who, you know, had this hopeless look in their face. And it's a really, really debilitating thing to go through, yeah, personally. And I just somehow or another had this supernatural, superhuman spirit that rose way above this poor me syndrome, right? I wanted to break away from the poor me. Gravity can pull you down. And when you are, and it's easy, come on, you got cancer. Oh, poor me. That's pretty easy. You have a license. Yeah. You have a license. Your friends will go, oh, poor me. Well, we know. But I was saying, no, not me. Don't poor me. You feel sorry for cancer. Don't feel sorry for me.
Exactly.
So that was my attitude, and honestly, it was a battle cry, and I was just determined. And I'd laugh with it. I'd have fun with it. And the nurses and the doctors, by the 5th time, I said, "Don't worry about me. I'm cured. This is going to go away." And when I had to start radiation, I'd wear a superhero cape, and I'd wear a mask, and I'd wear slippers that I ordered from Amazon that you would wear to the spa. And I'd go into the radiation, and I'd say, "Good morning, ladies. I'm here for my pedicure."
Yeah.
And I'd have all the other patients who were there for the same reasons, who again were, you know, looking despondent and down. And I saw their faces all light up, and you know, their family started to know me. So
I love your attitude. I love your attitude.
It was serendipity. I didn't intentionally lay this plan out. How can you, right? But yeah. I just said, well, this is my path, and I'm really happy to have shared this in your book, Dr. B.
Yes, he shared it in my book. And let me tell you, those of you that get the book, when you're reading Coach MJ's story, like when we were editing it, we're laughing while we're reading because he has so much humor. So when you read his chapter, you're going to smile, you're going to laugh with it, just like we are right now. He has so much humor in the chapter, and I love it. Even if he's going through dark times, he is making joy happen. You know, joy doesn't just happen. You make it happen. So if you're struggling in life, guys, this show is about helping you. We want to be able to boost your spirit. We want to inspire you. We want to motivate you because we have all gone through something. Life is not as easy as we're trying to make it sound, because it's not. But what we are trying to do is inspire you, motivate you, and encourage you to keep going and to find those happy moments, just like Coach MJ. And you know what, Coach MJ and Amparo, I had my friend that has had cancer. She just had surgery Monday, and I went to the hospital to be with her. Well, the doctors are telling her she has cancer. She's like, no, I don't. And they're like, yes, you do. No, I don't. She's telling him no. And he's getting frustrated with her because he's like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. And she's like, no, I don't. Because in her mind, she's like, I have to be convinced that I have cancer. And if I am convinced that I have cancer, then I'm not going to be able to heal. So I have to tell myself I don't, so I could really repel it, you know, rebuke it, and I can heal.
The word is rebuke, 100%.
Exactly.
Rebuke.
Exactly. So even if the doctor was frustrated, I mean, I had a big smile during the whole time when she kept saying, no, I don't. It's like, it doesn't. But for those of you that are going through some dark moment, know that your mind is your powerhouse. So you have to be able to find someone to motivate you, find a community. And Coach MJ has a community. Tell us about your community. I know that your background is kind of mirrored, so I don't know if you want to change it.
Yeah.
MJ,
Well,
you can. If not,
my tech person took the weekend off.
oh, okay. Then
But-
you don't have to do that.
But if you could read it, it's my mantra.
There, tell them what it is.
It's my mantra. It's the name of my podcast. It's the name of my story in your book. It's I'm Possible.
I'm possible.
So my podcast is the Real Mission I'm Possible show.
Yes.
And that's what I do. So imagine, and I've been doing this for years as a motivational speaker and trainer in different parts of the world to talk about the I'm Possible mindset. How could I do anything else with this situation than to be the model, to be the one that says, well, let me show you how to get through this. I'm going to use my I'm Possible thinking to get this done. So yeah, everybody faces adversity, and it doesn't have to be this dramatic. It doesn't have to be this catastrophic.
It does.
But at the level, whatever level that you're at, it makes your bag that you carry heavy. And when that bag gets so heavy, if you don't have the right support team around you or the right family members being supportive and nurturing, then there are other groups these days, because we have the internet, we have communications. There's a lot of people who are going through things, and don't have to be alone. That's the big message there. You don't have to be alone.
Absolutely. You don't have to be alone. And then every Friday at 5 p.m. Central, I'm here with experts like them, people who will motivate you. And sometimes they're not even experts. They're just people that want to show up to inspire you and motivate you. And then we want to encourage you. One of the ways that you can heal is writing a book, sharing your story, telling your story. That's how you heal as well. So I want to encourage you to publish a book, connect with us. And then if you want to sponsor us here on the show, we also are looking for sponsors. And if you want to add an advertisement, a commercial here on our show, it's also important so that we can promote your business and what you do and how you do it. I am Dr. B here on Facturando Tu Historia on Radio Metroplex, which is the capital here in Arlington, Texas, where they have sports, events, entertainment, and they do some rock and roll as well. So connect with us at all times, but especially at 5 p.m. Central. MJ, tell us, Coach MJ, where they can find you. And you have your group. It's Forever. Tell me again. I'm trying to remember.
So there's a couple of things. First of all, my wife and I, we started a nonprofit 23 years ago because we were a childless couple. So after 8 years of not getting very lucky, and she lost 3 or 4 babies after she carried them for 3 or 4 months, we finally decided we were going to have to adopt. And right before we did, we got the news that we're going to have twins. So we started a nonprofit called timeforsharing.org. And we're just reorganizing that now, but we've already empowered about 16,000 kids since we started doing this. We do fun days and fun events, learning events, artistic events, and social events for kids, mainly from Lebanon in Beirut, where they've had some really, really rough times, particularly in the last few years, and then also in Central Europe. So we've moved around. There's Jeff. How you doing there?
Hey, Jeff. Woo! Yeah, you know what? We're always having some type of difficulty, and some are major and some are minor. And Jeff was having technical issues, but it's okay. He's already here. But Coach MJ, what we want is, where can people find you?
Yeah, so I'm on Coach MJ Tolan, TOLAN.com. And my YouTube channel is at Coach MJ.
Okay.
And you'll see my podcast is there, as well as on Spotify, Apple, at the Real Mission I'm Possible show.
Okay. Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Coach MJ. I truly appreciate you And he had a great idea. He said that we need to get this on a lot of Rotary clubs, the Commerce Club, what were you saying that people
Yeah, so if you'll allow me just to make a point here, I'm a contributor in this book that is really put together by over a dozen heroes who went through incredible adversity and have narrated their own story. And, it's not always pretty, it's not always funny, but it is real. And there are people who are going through adversity today who might think that they're alone. And there's people who've been through your story. So if you know someone who might be going through this, and we're talking about that debilitating gangster called cancer who might have ambushed them, get them this book. If you know of an organization like the Rotary Club, the Lions Club, or any hospitals that you think that you'd like to get somebody to donate, have them donate 100 books to the hospital. Have the Rotary Club take 100 books and give them to the cancer wards, give them to the chemo wards, because this is therapy. And it's been proven that if you can laugh and giggle just a little bit, that's going to raise your endorphins and raise your whole immune system. So why not? So give us a hand and get the word out.
Get the word out, and then even to the oncology centers where they're actually receiving treatments. If you can go and donate, if you're looking to donate, get the book because it's for a good purpose. Give it to someone who's experiencing cancer or a family member, or just simply to help us out, because a lot of the money, the funds that we're raising will go to some of the children that are experiencing cancer. We want to give them hope.
One question, this book is just in English and Spanish?
Right now it's in English and we're going to translate it into Spanish. So
that will be great, because I know a lot of people, they need this book.
Yeah, we're going to translate it. It's hot in the oven, coming out soon. So thank you
for sharing your story. I want to be part of that, and I want to just buy some books and share some of these books on some of the places they really need it. But I would like to share with the Latinos too, because they need it.
Thank you. And bonus is there's some pictures in my story where you'll see me on some of the costumes that I wore in the hospital and during treatment. And just so you don't think that we're like stretching this up or making this story up, it's there, it's documented, and it's now officially, Dr. B, it's in my media kit. So we're going full blast.
Yay. Well, thank you so much, Coach Jay. It's always a pleasure and fun speaking with you and interviewing you. Thank you so much. And we'll stay tuned. Hopefully you come to Dallas when I have the red carpet, where I'm going to have all the authors, hopefully, and we have fun, entertainment, and you come to the studio.
That'd be awesome. I'll be waiting for the company jet at any minute.
Hey. Well, thank you so much. Have a blessed day.
God bless. Great weekend.
Bye-bye. Yes, and our next speaker that we have, he's also an amazing person. He also is part of this book, Cancer, Dare to Be Me Through Cancer. But it's on the on the son side. Okay, and my children are in the book. It's based on what the family members are experiencing and dealing with. And I think, Jeff, that's really important. Before you start telling a little bit of the story, I also want you to introduce yourself, what you do, and where you're from.
Awesome,
Yes,
awesome. Can you hear me? Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. B, and this platform for having me. Yeah, we had a little technical difficulties, but listen, we are here. We can't let the technical glitches and God stop us. My name is Jeff Cade, Healthy Lifestyle Specialist, and award-winning author. I'm from the Windy City of Chicago, and I had the opportunity and blessing to actually meet Dr. B. We were actually involved in a workshop some time ago. And our chemistry was on point. Actually, Texas is my second home. Graduated out of the University of Houston. So Houston's my second home, and love those Houston Cougars. So my background really stems from the hospitality management industry, where I received my Bachelor of Science out there at U of H. And so I've been involved in the hospitality industry for quite some time and have a corporate background in sales, food and beverage operations, dietary nutrition. And from there, I got a chance to really jump off the cliff and kind of build my wings coming down. It was pretty rough, where I was actually able to co-own a healthy restaurant concept, focusing on high fiber, high protein, low carb meals. And I've singularly focused really on the health and wellness industries, specifically weight management and healthier food choices. Um, and I actually wrote a book called Battleground Cancer in 2019. But more recently, of course, I was part of this amazing collaborative project with all these different authors. It was it's polished, it's crisp, it's fun, it's unique, it's motivational, it's inspiring. I mean, this book is completely amazing. We all have different chapters in our book. My chapter is chapter 6, called Hope. But there are so many amazing people, entrepreneurs, authors, business people, that have really just shared their uniqueness and vulnerability regarding these situations. And I was happy to be a part of this project, just being able to share my story as well. So I'm definitely in this health and wellness space, definitely for a reason. I truly believe that self-care is the new healthcare, and that your health is your wealth. And sometimes we hear those things, but it's not about always physicality, getting in shape. It's really about, having mental clarity, mental focus, and being mentally strong and emotionally strong and physically and spiritually strong, because health and wellness is a movement. It's not it's a process. It's not a destination. It is a journey. And so it's really about that 360 that we have to be involved in regarding our health, because our health is a priority in terms of longevity for me.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
Absolutely. I mean, mental health, that's like one of the biggest reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing, both as a publisher, as a NLP, neuro-linguistic programming trainer of trainers, and hypnosis, and then being part of this radio, Radio Metroplex, and having a show here, because I want to get that message across. Like, the more you tell your story, the more you write your story and you share it with people, the more you're going to heal. Because even sometimes I can talk about things, Steph, and I know you can relate, and you can relate what we're talking, even you listening, you wanted to cry, right?
Oh my
There is a
God.
lot of emotions where you want to cry, because there's a part of you that needs healing when we want to cry. And the tears are like water. When we take a shower, we cleanse. So our tears cleanse our soul, and we need to cry, and we need to
Yes.
show our emotions. And like Tamara Hunter was saying, that we need to have chocolate days where we allow ourselves time to be sad, angry, or whatever we want to feel, right? So that we have that chocolate day, and then it's like, okay, I had it, and now I can move on. And so tell us, how do you help people with your nutrition, and why is that so important?
So if I rewind the tape just a little bit, my story in this particular book, Dare to Beat Cancer, Dare to Be Me Through Cancer, it comes from the fact that when I was younger, I lost both of my parents to cancer. I lost my father to pancreatic cancer, and 6 years later, I lost my mother to breast cancer. And at that time, just like any young adult, you may know some things, but you may not know all the particulars. And I saw them fighting through it. They didn't really do a lot of complaining. They did their natural Western medicine at the time, chemotherapy, radiation, which most cancer patients go through. But obviously losing them was very devastating and traumatic. And I lost that parental touch, the guidance, the love, and I was very hollow and trying to camouflage or sugarcoat my feelings. You mentioned mental awareness and mental health, and I think I kind of pushed that down, and because I wanted to still be strong for myself and be strong for others, but I still knew that God is my rock and my salvation. At the same time, it was that gap, and I think from that point on, I knew moving forward, it was just some things I had left behind, and I know I needed some assistance, not just emotional, but probably mental. And I was still doing the everyday things, going to work, having good times socially. But yeah, when you get home and you're all by yourself, and that's when things start to play on your mind, and you really have to understand that I have a good family support tree, good village. But most of my friends and most of my family members, they had at least, if not two parents, they had one. And so I felt like I was that ugly duckling, right, without the parents. But after a while, I knew that I needed to share the story. I need to share my story, because there are a lot of people out there, hundreds and thousands, maybe millions of people, who have lost loved ones through this terrible disease. I knew I needed to share the story. And it's interesting and ironic that my background in hospitality management operations led me into health and wellness. And what I didn't want to do is not necessarily be in their shoes ever, right? I wouldn't want to be in that situation. However, I knew that my health was so important, and also being mentally strong and emotionally strong to deal with whatever life throws at us. And so it is about making sure that you take your multivitamins. It's good that you eat the right things and do things in moderation, and do the things that's necessary to have a good dietary focus. I believe the mindset, diet, and exercise are three key ingredients to the recipe of your soul. And it's very important that we keep that in mind, because it's not like we're all, in our teens and 20s and 30s, we can kind of eat what we want to eat. No, you have to be mindful. And I believe, some time ago, between the 60s and the 1990s, there was a lot of misinformation and labeling and content. And the average person wasn't a chemist. We don't know all the labeling content on our packaging, on our goods and services. Well, now we kind of have a better idea, I guess, if you Google it, right? But I pay attention to this. If you look on packaging and on that nutritional label, if it's a paragraph, those ingredients, I probably wouldn't eat it. I wouldn't put it on my skin, my scalp, nothing topical, oral, anything. We have to know these chemical components and these additives and these preservatives and these trans fat and the high fructose corn syrup and the nitrates and nitrates. All these things over time can build inflammation. And inflammation, as you know, can lead to diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, all these things. So we have to be careful of that big I, inflammation. And we just have to be knowledgeable about our packaging, because if not, over time, it can catch up. It can harden your arteries. It can be very difficult to live in that longevity space. So that's what kind of led me years ago into getting this plight, if you will, to keep people on the plane or the same space as to living a healthier, vibrant lifestyle. I truly believe that health is your wealth, and it is about having a
that's a very important point you made, because when I had cancer, I had 3 homes, I had cars, I had my businesses, and because I decided not to work as much as I was working, I lost 2 of my homes. I was gonna lose the home I was living in, because I was like, I need to really take care of myself instead of working and running. And so I stopped everything. All of the money I had saved, I practically used it in those, because I was in and out of hospitals for about 5 or 6 years. It was like a very long time. And sometimes we think that we have enough money, and we don't. I spoke with a financial coach who told me, you need like about $1 million per year. And I'm like, what are you talking about? But there's a lot of things we don't know that we don't know. And that's why we're having this show, because it's entertainment. Sorry, edutainment, where we're going to bring education and entertain people at the same time. And while I'm saying that, I have to go into a little commercial really quick.
Sure.
We are, it's for sports And we have free tickets for those of you that are interested in a soccer game. We kind of partnered up with Arlington, North Texas, and they have a team that they're going to be playing here, very close in Arlington, Texas. And it's on Sunday, the 16th at 7 p.m. in Choctaw Stadium. So if you want free tickets, you have to call us or put them here in the chat, and we'll give you some free tickets so that you can go. Okay, so if you're listening, say you heard it here with Dr. B and that you would like a ticket. So you have to hurry fast, and I have to be able to see it so you can get it for free. Jeff, like, I am so excited that you were in the book. It's always been a pleasure interviewing, talking to you, and for you sharing your story, because people need to hear that other side of a person who is part of the person's life where they're going through the dark time, but then you're also in that dark place, and then trying to figure out how to get out of it. Getting the book is really important, that you go to Amazon, buy the book. You're supporting us and supporting children that are going through cancer, because we're going to be helping them out too. Every Christmas, I do a toy drive, and I've been doing it for a couple of years already, and I'm going to continue to expand it even more. I'm even thinking of having a fashion show for women that have cancer. I'm writing a book called Sexy After Cancer, because as a female and going through cancer and having warrior scars, losing parts of you is really hard. But how do we continue to feel sexy? How do we continue to bring that sexy and beauty out into the world? I think it's important. And that's exactly what Jeff is also talking about, is, healing yourself, taking nutrition, being aware of what you're eating and putting in your body, so that that beauty, that inner health comes out and it's reflected in what you're eating, exercising, and mindset. Jeff, it's a pleasure always seeing you.
Yes, thank you. It's interesting that we're all bio individuals. What may work for me may not work for you, but at the same time, if you are really aware and cognizant of what's going on around you, especially as it relates to food and beverage consumption, you really can learn a lot, and you can share that. And so it's really important for me, my team and I, we really empower and partner with people to transform any unhealthy choices into an active, vibrant lifestyle. And health coaching is so broad, but my specific lane is really about weight management and healthy nutritional choices. And I'm not saying go vegan. I'm not saying just do plant-based. No, things in moderation. I'm not saying, don't eat that, don't eat this. No, it is moderation. And it's all about how you feel. It's about how you feel. But the key is making sure you have those 3 ingredients that I mentioned regarding your mindset. You got to keep your mindset strong. I don't know if that's journaling or meditation, praying, whatever it is that you do, where you have a moment of clarity to yourself and just be in the present moment and just have some stillness, whether it's in the morning before you get up or even at night. And then, of course, exercise, 30 minutes a day, movement versus having a sedentary lifestyle. Movement is necessary, and movement goes along with mindfulness, right? And then you have to talk about that diet. So it's so many things and components. Our bodies, our temple, we have to take care of it. We're only here one time. The next time is spiritual essence. So I want to be both, but I want to be here for a long time.
We want to be here and enjoy every moment, make every moment count. How can people find you?
Oh, yes. Thank you. Please, people can find me and connect with me at www.jeffcade360.com. That's JEFFCADE 360.com, jeffcade360.com. And what that is really is a communication hub. People can connect with me via my social media platforms, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. And if those people who are not really into the tech area, people can actually just send me a direct message, a text message, or even email.
Yeah.
But that website kind of gives information about me, my bio, what I'm involved in with book writing as well as speaking, and just sharing content, good content as it relates to my ultimate happiness and health program. So I have a program too as it relates to dietary nutrition.
Yes, thank you. And you can, if you could put your information in the chat, and I'm also looking to see what other people said. Tamara said hello.
Sure.
Jeff, she's saying hello. Do not face it alone. She's saying that laughter is the best medicine. Our tears are important. And she says to have a chocolate day is important every once in a while. To find out more about them, you can get your free celebration journal. And then she puts it at cb4l.org. You can go to the bottom of the page and receive it. So thank you, Tamara. And she's saying it's important to understand the support side of dealing with any life challenge or health event that we have. So Jeff, make sure you go and you comment when people are asking questions. We'll put your information there. And again, I really want to thank you for being on the show. And hopefully you can be here in the red carpet. It is going to be coming soon. My vision is October, red carpet, having all the authors here. And I also want to encourage you, if you have a story, then you need to write a book or write a chapter just like they did. And I have the Women of the Era that's coming up really soon. And we're looking for authors that are interested, with Dr. Desiree Richardson from London. We also have another book that's called ED Matadores, which means revolutionizing the educational system. So if you're a superintendent, a principal, an educator, that you're tired of the system and you want to write a chapter, also let me know. And there's other amazing books coming up. So connect with me, write your book, write a story. Come here to the show, Amparo.
I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, Amparo is here too. So thank you, Jeff. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing your story. We learn a lot. Knowledge is the key. We learn about how to take care of our bodies, and he explained really good. You know, we need to follow you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much for having me on this platform. It's awesome. It was a new platform for me. I like it. The Restrain Studio. I like the background. It's awesome. So, Dr. B, thank you for having me again on this platform. I look forward to, of course, more collaborative projects. And thank you for, having me again. H-Town is my second town.
And we'll see you here soon. Thank you, Jeff. I don't know if there's an exit button there, but thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
So Amparo,
We learn a lot. I learn a lot. And mindset is so important.
It's key.
It's the key. We learn something about spiritual mindset, how to take care of your body, what we can eat. That's amazing.
It's amazing.
Knowledge.
Because we need to know a little bit about everything. Yes, we need to know a little bit about everything. We need to know about your finances, your health, education, relationships, spirituality, because there has to be a balance in life. And in my situation, I was always on the educational side, studying, because I got my doctorate. So I was always studying, working. I was such a workaholic that I forgot to take care of my health.
I mean, that's one of the problems that we have. We focus on work, and sometimes we don't remember we have to take care of ourselves first.
Yeah. So where can people find you? And
they can find me on social media.
Amparo
Sansen, and my business name is Sansen Contracting, and I'm on Facebook, Instagram.
Give them your phone number. How can they?
469-536-7979. If they have any water stain on your roof, just call us and we can come and help you.
We have a lot of storms and a lot of rain, just like we do in life, but it happens in our home. So if your house is rainy, call her.
And
you don't want that rain in there.
Water damage, call us. We can help you.
So call Amparo. And I want to thank everybody. Thank you so much. I know sometimes we go a little bit over because of technical issues or whatever happens, but I love being here with you. Send us your story. Tell us your story. Come here. We're looking for sponsors. If you want your business to be advertised, let me know. We do that too. And of course, write a book, tell your story. Factura Tu Historia, which means profit from your story.
So, ¿ya nos invitaste al juego?
Yes, and make sure that we invite you to get your free tickets to go to the soccer game. Let's support Arlington North Texas soccer team here in Dallas on Sunday at the 16th at 7 p.m. in Choctaw Stadium. ¿Dónde qué?
Yeah, es donde jugaban antes los Texas Rangers.
Yeah, where the Texas Rangers used to play.
Yeah.
That's where they're going to be
So
playing.
North Texas Soccer Club
Mhm.
is the second team de FC Dallas.
The second team, and they're here. So get some tickets. Let us know that you want them, and we will give you tickets. Okay? Thank
We
you
will
so
see them
much.
Sunday.
And yeah, we'll see you Sunday at the game.
Francesca, say hi.
Hey, Francesca.
Tamara.
And Tamara, thank you so much. Love you, Tamara, Jeff, and MJ, Coach MJ. Thank you so much, Francesca.
Patty
Gracias.
Nice. You know,
for
Patty
tuning.
Nice.
And Tamara,
Josara.
thank you for your comments. Thank you so much. I will go and thank you by responding to your messages. So thank you. Kisses. Hasta luego. I'm Dr. B here with Amparo. And your business name?
Sanson Contractor.
Give them your phone number.
469